this is where we're staying. So here in Berlin. Last night on our way back to our stay here, and we got pounded by a storm. Got a little bit scary, I'm not gonna lie. So we got hit by some really strong wind as we're trying to walk back, and we were pretty wet. So we have all our clothes out here in the hallway drying out. So that's our stuff there. Shower, bathroom, that's his washer. Yeah, it's an interesting little place. It's a 2-bedroom. It's our room right in here. So there you go. So we're gonna get some tea and something to eat, and then we have a appointment today at the Berlin Dome, it's called, the cathedral. And anyway, signing off for now. All right, it's a bit windy. It's Tuesday, July 25th, and we are on our way to the Berlin Dome, which is a cathedral. Yeah, so we got about a 2.5 mile walk. Most people would probably take a cab or Uber or something to that effect, but we're having some phone issues here, so we can't. Okay, so we are on our walk to the Berlin Dome in the morning. It is Tuesday morning, and we are walking along the street here, and the wall that you see on the other side is called East Side Gallery. That is the Berlin Wall that still exists with murals on it. Definitely had a very interesting experience yesterday. We did hit up this one restaurant. It was a more authentic German restaurant. Food was absolutely great. I will post some photos of our meal from last night. Okay, so this was the place we had dinner at. It was called Wurst und Knoll Restaurant, and we had the Wiener Schnitzel and the currywurst, and both were fantastic, very authentic. Well, so far our opinion of Berlin in this area is really dirty. Wow, there's garbage everywhere. Looks like somebody was sleeping over here. Not the cleanest city that we've been to. Yeah, that's really cool. The only sad thing is that people put graffiti on a lot of other things they really shouldn't, like glass windows. It looks really bad. Bunch of tagging going on. There's just so much advertisement for stuff here. Concerts and clubs. It's just unreal. Basically, I have these little billboards up everywhere. We've gotten officially to the Berlin Dome. It's about a 2.5 mile walk. Pretty easy to get here, but 2.5 mile walk. So we got our exercise in this morning. I think I already burnt off my yogurt and my banana. All right, beautiful. River's right over here. Oh, there you go, riverboat. That's cool. All right, so in this segment coming up here, I lost my audio. And the reason it happens is there is a button on the top of this camera. When you push the button, it goes into a slow motion feature and you lose your audio. And I did not even notice it was doing this until a day or two later. So I got some audio in here that's going to be gone, so I'm going to narrate as best I can. Okay, we walked across the street, and this is now the Berlin Dome. It's called. It's a huge cathedral in the heart of Berlin. And then we walked the area around the dome itself, or the cathedral, and we also had tickets to go in, so we got a chance to go inside, and we also went to the observation deck, which you'll see in the next few videos. This area here is where we were walking around. There are a couple museums in this area. Okay, so the Fine Art Museum is straight across through those pillars, and we have tickets for that museum as well. Must do it. It's really cool. It's, some old, very old paintings in there. All right, as we were walking this area, we were just basically killing time. There is a time slot that you have to go into the Berlin Dome, so you have to follow along with that. You have to check that out online. We got our tickets through that system. We bought them ahead of time. So make sure that you do get your tickets. Otherwise, you have to stand in line and wait. You can get tickets at the door, but we bought ours online and it worked out really slick. And you'll see as I'm coming up here, we went up to the observation deck, which you'll see some video up on top as well. The surrounding area of the city of Berlin. All right, so we are up on the observation deck at the top of the Berlin Dome, and it is a 360-degree view of the city. And you do have to climb a lot of stairs. There is no elevator to that area. So make sure you are in shape to do that. And I think it's over 200 some stairs. It's quite a walk up and it's very narrow in some spaces, and it's actually pretty narrow when you get up to the top as well. But it's a really cool view of the Berlin city. All right, so this one is a cool view of the city because in the background you can actually see the Brandenburg Gate from up above on this cathedral. It's in the far background. Now it was hard for me to zoom in with my video camera to get it, in all the way in. But if you look closely as the camera is zooming in, you can see it in the background there. There's the horses up on the top, the statues up there. So it's in the far background before that green area, which is called the Tiergarten. So that's the Tiergarten in the background, and the Brandenburg Gate is right in front of that. And we actually walked all the way down there from the Berlin Dome. That was a good walk. All right, well, that kind of concluded the view from up above on the Berlin Dome. I got that 360-degree view, which is awesome, of the whole area. Got to see the Brandenburg Gate all the way in the background. We're heading down the stairs to the street level, so you'll see the different construction of stairs as we're walking down. We just thought it was kind of interesting. You have wood at the top here, and then as you're going further down, you've got brick. And then you'll see more modern stairs toward the bottom all the way down. Now, how much of this was damaged during the war? Probably quite a bit. There's not really any photos in there that show you that too much, so you don't really know. But it's a pretty cool place to check out. I would highly recommend it if you wanted to get a chance to see the overview of the city from up above. My main take on this building is that it's very historical. It was built back in 1894, and basically it survived the war, even it was pretty heavily damaged during World War II, but it did survive that time frame. And the rebuild was actually done very well. So now we're going to be heading out to the street here, and this street area is the walk to the Brandenburg Gate. This is the main drag all the way down there. Okay, if you don't know about the Brandenburg Gate, it is a very big symbol of peace and unity since the fall of the Berlin Wall, which was in 1989. And it no longer divided the East and West from each other. It became more of a corridor for unity, and it also dates back like over 200 years. So it's a very significant landmark in Berlin. So definitely a must-see if you go to Berlin. Okay, I thought this was really interesting because to the left, as you see there from the Brandenburg Gate, that is the U.S. Embassy in Berlin. And it's right by the Brandenburg Gate. So I just thought that was extremely interesting. And here we are walking toward the gate, and we end up walking through it, and we continue to travel down the street from the Brandenburg Gate. And we are on our way to another monument that is at the other far end of that road. Okay, as we passed through the Brandenburg gate, we were walking around this square here, and this is a very big area, very big space. It's right near the Tiergarten as well. In the background there is the Reichstag building, which we'll walk down to in a second here, so you'll see a video that come up in the video here. We walked around there. We did not go in this building. There was a pretty good line for tickets, so we decided not to do any tours of this building. But then we did come across this Jewish memorial, which was pretty significant as well. So this memorial is to honor those that were killed during World War II. And they are the Sinti and Roma Jewish groups that were exterminated during World War II. And this area is in the Tiergarten area of Berlin, which was decided on to put this memorial here in the Tiergarten area, where there are other memorials as well to the Jewish Holocaust. So this was designed by an artist from Israel, and it's said to cost like 2.8 million euros to build. All right, we're getting closer to the Victory Column as we're walking down the street, and you'll see it here. Okay, so the significance of the column was this was to commemorate a victory in 1864, and it was a Prussian victory in a war against Austria. And the current placement of this column was not the original place. This was actually part of a grand scheme of redesigning Berlin by the Nazis in 1939. So this is the place where it was put in 1939. All right, so now we're walking away from the column and we are walking through the Tiergarten. This is a huge park system. Now, this was from a storm that happened Monday night when we were there, and it was absolutely crazy. There was such strong winds, all kinds of tree damage. We got lucky we weren't injured in the storm, but I just wanted to put this on video so you could see what the trees look like in the area. There was a lot of tree damage. Luckily, we weren't damaged. All right, so that kind of concludes our Tuesday, but I just want to show you some more trees that were uprooted and damaged. Luckily, we did not get hurt in that storm on the Monday night. We weren't in this area, but anyway, I will show you some pictures of our dinner that concludes our Tuesday in Berlin. Okay, we found this Thai restaurant called Pho Noodle Bar, and the food was fantastic. This is their menu here. Then we had a bao bun, which was super awesome. This was an udon dish here with chicken, followed up by a beef bowl, it's called. That was excellent. And then we had this dessert, a mango pan as it was called. That was absolutely fantastic.